This is an Actor's Notes. I am William Walker. Let's get into it. An Actor's Notes, Chapter 3. Show the story. And we are going to do like we've been doing. We are going to read the contents of Chapter 3. And then we're going to break them down and get into them. So let's do it. Chapter 3, Show the Story. Why do I do what I do? What do I want? Instinct. To be someone and something. To be no one and nothing. Which is better? Am I getting my freedom? Am I not getting my freedom? Make vulnerable choices. Yay or nay? Show me your soul. Expressive. We want to see and hear you. Authenticity, flexibility, directability, malleable, transformative. We want to see who you really are. Shocked at everything they say. Everything they say affects you deeply. I am a man who is fighting for his freedom. Point of view. Fall in love with your characters, their needs, their life. If you don't know what's going to happen next, they won't know what's going to happen next. Every scene is there to teach you something. A willingness to be completely honest. How big can I be? How willing am I to be the biggest I can be? Connect more with instincts and less with logic. Let it lead you an instinct current. Don't reject, react. As vulnerable as looking in a mirror. Speak from your core, your soul. Open your mouth and sing it out. Breathe. Lose control, surrender in your body and your emotions. Don't ask for permission. Simply do, just be, listen. Breathing gives oxygen to your brain, stimulates your brain. Show the story when you're acting. We want to see the story. An Actor's Notes, Chapter 3. Right on. Let's get into it. So, starting off with, why do I do what I do? What do I want? Instinct. The rehearsal process, the work that other people don't see. People see the final product, right? They see the show, they see the movie, they see the play, they see the content, right? That you're releasing into the world. But they don't see all of what made you get there, all of how you became an artist. Because acting is an art. Acting is artistry. It can be learned, it can be, you can get better at it. It's an ability, right? Some people are definitely naturally better at it. They're just perhaps better at surrendering and following their instincts. They're more free. Why do I do what I do? What do I want? These are things an actor needs to ask themselves. They are things an actor needs to probe within themselves. But see, this is the thing, because an actor doesn't only ask himself these questions, he expresses these things in his body and in his emotions. These come through in the form of the actor's instincts. This is all the actor has to share, truly. Like I shared an agent of mine, one of my previous agents. They said, be you. Be you, Will. That's what we want. That's what I want. That's what you want. That's what they want. Be you. Because your uniqueness is what's going to make you shine. Why do you feel that you need to do this role this way? Why do you want to do this role? Right? Why do you do the things that you do? Why do you want the things that you want? Hamlet. William Shakespeare's Hamlet right here. He asked, to be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, and so on and so forth. Hamlet was grappling with this question. Do I live? Do I not live? Do I exist? Do I not exist? Do I strive? Do I do nothing? Do I to be or not to be? That is the question. Another one of Shakespeare's musings was all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. And in a big, gigantic play called life that we are all acting in, playing parts, wearing masks. The dualistic nature of acting is, do you perceive that it's there? It's there. I mean, look at the symbol for the theater, for drama. It's a happy mask, sad mask. Drama, comedy. Opposites, right? Maybe Aristotle said acting is emotion in motion. The movement of emotion is a play of acting. The actor needs to know. The actor grapples with these deep philosophical, psychological things. Naturally, you are deep. People have depth inside of them. They can tap into their primal nature, their primalness. And people want to see people acting like... All of Shakespeare's plays are seriously primal with human nature. They are brutally truthful. They show the good, the bad, and the ugly. Lots of people are dying, being slayed left and right. People are killing themselves. People are killing other people. Rising power, money, power, status. Dude, Shakespeare, he told it all. Shakespeare told most of the metaphors of that we're going to express in human nature. So if you haven't already picked up on the idea, it would behoove the actor to get familiar with Shakespeare and his works. He captured metaphors beautifully, and an actor can really understand how to embody a metaphor by embodying the symbolism of Shakespeare's plays. We show the story through doing what we do, by wanting what we want through the play, through our instincts. And what again did Stanislavski say? He said, every gesture should contain the whole play. If you simply allow yourself to be the character and not strive so hard, but allow yourself to become. It's a becoming, it's a transformation, it's a metamorphosis. It is a transformation that happens to the actor. That can happen to the actor, rather. It is possible. So why not go there fully? Why not feel it deeply? All we really have at the end of the day are our instincts. Will they lead us astray sometimes? Maybe. That is the beauty of an acting class, where we get to sharpen our edges. Shing. sheen, you know what I mean? Continuing on. To be someone and something, to be no one and nothing, which is better? Well, what the actor really wants to do is play iconic characters in costumes. Iconic characters in costumes are what people want to go see. This is more of a question for the philosophical actor, right? This is who am I kind of point of view, perspective question. For the actor, is it better to be someone and something? Or is it better to be no one and nothing? I think just again with the dramatic comedy mask, the happy mask, the sad face, the light and dark of the theater, right? Man, that's what people want to see. They want to see people going through it all. I think, is it possible to be someone and something and no one and nothing? It's much easier to be no one and nothing. Let me just say that, because to be someone and something requires you to be doing something. It requires striving. It requires labor, toil, right? But to be no one and nothing requires nothing. It requires being. To be no one and nothing requires nothing. Just breathing in and out. This is a good place to start from a character. A place of absolute blank canvas. The white blank page. Then you can start putting all these things on. Ultimately, what you are going to be is a fractal of who you are already, ideally. I'm not going to be too crazy of a bend away from me, who I am at my core. I'm going to be who I am with a bend. I'm going to be who I am in the context of the story, in the context of a point of view, in the context of transforming into the metaphor of the play. Basically, what I'm speculating is the idea of surrendering. To be someone and something seems to me rather like a clenched fist, right? Like it's forcing something. I'm attempting to be someone and to be something. For the role. I am acting this role, right? Saying these lines. Firm, right? But to be no one and nothing is a submitted, yielding, surrendered point of view, surrendered posture, a yielding posture, a listening posture, to where you're not even exactly sure what to do in the scene. It's an exploration, figuring out. And that's getting back to this point, which I did make on chapter 2. And I gave myself this quote. Look, I guess I just say it. Look, I learned this in an acting class. Look, by doing it. If you don't know what's going to happen next, they won't know what's going to happen next. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's continue on. I think to be no one and nothing is better, honestly. Maybe you disagree. Method actor, right? I think the unknown is far more interesting. Well, I'm far more interested as an actor in the unknown than in the known. I'm fascinated much more with the mystery than what I already know. Continuing on, am I getting my freedom? Am I not getting my freedom? This is the question the actor needs to ask themselves. Am I getting my freedom? Am I not getting my freedom? This is what you ask yourself in an acting class. Am I fully expressing myself? Is there anywhere in my body where I'm holding tension? Am I holding tension in my chest? Am I holding tension in my shoulder? Am I holding tension in my belly? Am I holding tension in my butt? Am I holding tension in my temple? Am I holding tension in my neck? Ah. Can I let go? Audibly exhale all the ish. What about your emotions that you're expressing in this play? What if there's a really serious, like dramatic peak, dramatic moment in this play where you got to be like, no, and you really got to feel it. Luke, I am your father. No, right. You cannot express those emotions fully and deeply if you're not breathing fully and deeply. And you are not at your fullest and deepest state as an actor if you're not breathing fully and deeply, right? Is there tension in your body that you can release? With the breath. The key, the release, is through the breath. The understanding comes through the breath. The connection comes through the breath. I cannot make this point more clear. And the question that the actor is constantly asking themselves is, am I getting my freedom? Am I not getting my freedom? If you're not getting your freedom, I highly, immediately recommend you start breathing more fully and more deeply immediately, right now. Do like 100 of those. Then do the scene. It'd probably be completely different. It'd probably be more alive than it's ever been. Test me. Test me in the comment. Do it, and then in the comments below, let me know what you thought. Maybe 100's too much. Do it 20 times. Do it 33 times. Audibly exhale any ish that you're holding in your body. Then go up there and do the scene. What's it going to look like then? Perhaps it will be more free. That is what you want. And this is the question to ask. Am I getting my freedom? Am I not getting my freedom? Am I trapped? Is there tension? Am I anywhere in my being, in my emotions? Can I let it go? You let it go through the breath. Audibly exhaling too for the actor. An audible exhale is a really major secret, super secret technique for the actor. Because our throat needs to be open to speak the truth as an actor. We need to get used to being heard and seen and loud. Right? Audibly exhaling really helps with that. Continuing on. Let me take a drink after all this audible exhalation. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. If you are, leave a like, comment, subscribe. That's what they say, right? This is original content I'm giving you guys. The other content I've been giving you so far has been wisdom teachings. This is original content, y'all. So, let me know what you're thinking of it. Do you like it? Do you want more? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want some more of it? You're gonna get it. It's coming. It's on its way. Continuing on. Make vulnerable choices. Yes or no? Yay or nay? Yes, of course. Is that even a question? Make vulnerable choices. Within the context of the story. But it's not even about making a vulnerable choice because you're just being at this point, and everything that you do is going to be the metaphor of the play. So every choice you make is going to tell the story. So it's as easy as just being a leaf in the wind and you're breathing in and out. And it's not a big deal because all you're doing is everything you're doing is dependent on what your partner is doing in the scene. You're listening, you're in the moment only, and it's easy, right? It's simple. No distractions. It's just simply happening. It's like a tennis match. Bing, volley the tennis ball. Other person, bing, volleys the ball. Dink. Boom, pew, forehand, backhand, boom, boom, right? It's a tennis match, is a scene. It's the pinch and ouch, as Sanford Meisner said. Ding. It's the volley. Ding. You understand, right? Ideally, you're making vulnerable choices. The answer to that question is, do I want to make vulnerable choices? The answer is yes, because, well, it's also not even going to be a big deal, because if you're breathing fully and deeply, you are feeling fully and deeply. So I'm trying to circumnavigate these problems. I'm trying to get around any of these problems you're going to face as an actor that you probably will face. How do you circumnavigate these problems flawlessly, effortlessly, smooth like butter? Through the breath, through major relaxation. And if you are relaxed, if your whole body is relaxed, if your breath is relaxed, if your emotions are relaxed, if your mind is relaxed, if you're simply in the moment and you're receiving and you're giving and taking, you're not even going to try to make vulnerable choices. Vulnerable choices are just going to happen because you're going to be swept away by this scene. It's going to be you. Every fiber of your being is going to ooze out the story. And it's going to be spectacular. Continuing on. Show me your soul. Expressive. Yes, exactly. The heart. Right? I saw this awesome photo of this heart. Just, it was like this ethereal being body, and just this heart was just exploding with light, right? Show us your soul. Expressive. Do you see the point that is being made? Like this. Acting is simple. There are many ways to find it. It's best when it's more relaxed. Can you really show all of yourself, your soul, and be as expressive and as full as you can be if you're still burdened and holding on to trauma and holding on to an emotional state in your heart? Or are you the most expressive? Are you most going to show us your soul when you are holding on to nothing anymore? You can be a transmuting of the story through your body, through your heart. The message of the play can be told through you to the spectator. And you can change people's lives. You can help them. You can heal them. Some people will even say you can save them. So, you save them by showing your soul, by expressing yourself fully and deeply. How do you do this? Through the breath. Continuing on. We want to see and hear you. Authenticity, flexibility, directability, malleability, transformation. We want to see who you really are. This point has been made, but I'll read it again. We want to see and hear you. Authenticity, flexibility, directability, malleability, transformation. See, the actor being stiff and rigid, that's death for the actor. Tensing as an experiment, tense every fiber of your being. Tense all this stuff. Everything, make it as tense as you can get. Hold it, and then now release everything. Now literally let go of everything that was tensed. And then hold it really tense. And then and now hold on to nothing. This is a good exercise if you can't identify where you're holding things onto, because just hold on to everything and then let go of everything. And then hold on to everything and then let go of everything. And hold it as fully and deeply as you can, and then let go as fully and deeply as you can. This will help you become more fluid, more flexible, more malleable, more transformative. It'll help you be... See, like I said, tension is the enemy of the actor. Rigidity is death. Tension is death for the actor. It's not going to streamline and connect and hit as powerfully if you're all like this, right? We want to see and hear you. Yes, that's why we come. So speak up, actor. Right? From the center, from the core of who you are. We want to see and hear what you got to say. So speak up. Quit being don't hide anymore. An actor is not someone who's hiding. An actor is someone who is expressing fully and deeply every inch and fiber of their being. We want to see, the audience wants to see and to hear you, actor. So be seen and heard. Authenticity, flexibility, directability. It would behoove you, actor, to become these things. Malleable transformation. We want to see who you really are. Continuing on. I like this point right here. Shocked at everything they say. Question mark. Shocked at everything they say. Everything they say. See, I believe the principle at being shocked at everything they say is similar to making every scene an emergency. It's basically saying everything they say affects you very deeply. Of course, how could it not? They are your lifeline. That is the only thing you have to hold on to, because you're not in your head. Everything you do is dependent on what they do. All you're doing is listening and responding in the moment. So everything they are doing and saying is affecting you deeply and fully. How could it not? They're all you have. They're your only lifeline. They're your scene partner. It's only you and them. And it is every scene, life and death. I will say that everything they say needs to affect you deeply. That's going to make it sparkle and shine and be wonderful to watch. Because it's a journey that the actor takes the audience on. It's the journey that the audience wants to be swept away in. To forget about themselves and to feel what the actor is feeling. The connection. There's a connection between the actor and the audience. An invisible connection, but a connection nonetheless. And what the actor is feeling, he can be psychically, invisibly, 100% totally connected to whom they're affecting, who is watching the play. What the actor's feeling, the spectator's feeling. Boom, 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 boom. Just thrown right tight like this. That can be the power of the actor. This was just a point of view for like a character. It's in the idea of, am I getting my freedom? Am I not getting my freedom? The actor asked himself this question. The point of view to take on could be, I am a man who is fighting for his freedom. I feel like this is the idea it could be the idea for many plays. The metaphor to take hold of. The collective unconscious idea. A point of view, a perspective. I am a man who is fighting for his freedom. This is a perspective of a character in a play, of an actor. This could be the metaphor that the actor could become. This isn't, but I feel like most characters can identify with this. I am a man who is fighting for his freedom. That's most characters in most stories. I am a person who is fighting for their freedom. Hamlet, fighting for his freedom. Julius Caesar, power, trying to be free. I got Tennessee Williams down here, Death of a Salesman, freaking Long Day's Journey into Night. These guys were drinking themselves into death, living an illusion. Tennessee Williams, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. These guys, all of them were fighting for their freedom, albeit misguided, albeit in self-destructive ways, albeit in non-beneficial ways. The point of view for a lot of characters are, I am a person who is fighting for my freedom. If you are lost and directionless in a play, perhaps that could give you some direction towards your character. I will say that these notes, an actor's notes, this book, these messages are timeless messages. They are eternal messages for the actor at any point, whether it's for this age that we're living in or 100 years from now, I dare say. Even 100 years ago, whatever, but here we are. These are messages that I have received from acting, you guys. These are notes that ring true to me through the doing of it, through the performing of it. They've worked and continue to work. And honestly, they haven't let me down. They've come to my aid my whole life. And I've learned and gotten better at them, but these principles, you guys, I dare say they will benefit you greatly if you embrace them. These are all the things that have helped me as an actor. So let them help you, actor. Continuing on. Fall in love with your character, their needs, their life. Self-explanatory, but fall madly in love with who you're acting. Dude, I played Macbeth. Dude, I didn't even think about, I don't normally think about what it would be like to be king, much less have ambition enough to become king, much less start off on the baseline to have enough ambition to be general of the army. Right below king. right below the king, right? General of the army. Wanting to be king. Wow. Talk about ambition, right? Secondly, wanting to become king. Even greater ambition. Unchecked moral ambition. Macbeth. But this nefarious, wicked man, this person that probably has irredeemable qualities, and is there anything really good about Macbeth as a person? Maybe not. But I fell in love with this guy. I fell in love with Macbeth, and it took me by such surprise. I embodied the character. I embodied the king whose wake, the train behind him, was a wake of blood. Right? To embody such a thing in your body, in your mind, in your emotions, to go there, right? This is why some actors lose it. Some actors don't come back from the craziness. But that's whenever you're trying to be someone in something rather than no one in nothing. That seems like a really tense, controlling place to be rather than a surrendered let go. See, shouldn't you theoretically be able to let it go? Although I will say, I have worked on some dark characters before. And some roles back to back, like simultaneously. I was working on 2 dark roles at the same time. And it did have a powerful effect on me negatively. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I had to sleep with my light on, my bathroom light on, lighting up my room. Like, I had to sleep with my light on for like a month during this period of working on these characters, just because I was working on these characters in my room, and I was like dwelling on this such darkness, such thick darkness that these characters were going through, that honestly I think like I opened myself up to some really dark stuff. And the actor can do that. They can open themselves up to really dark stuff. They can also open themselves up to really beautiful light stuff. But it's the dualistic nature. It's the 180. It's the happy face, the sad face. It's the drama, it's the comedy. And you can go there too far. But if you see if this is about love, right? True love is charity. It's giving away freely with no expectation of anything in return. And I don't know. It seems like it seems like it's kind of like a closed fist rather than an open palm. Would you agree or disagree? Fall in love with your characters, their needs, their life. See, that's what it is. You become them. You learn how to be them by you breathe them in and you become them. You know them by becoming them. You take them on. You dwell on their words. You speak their words over and over and over and over and over. You speak to be or not to be. That is the question. To be or not to be. That is the question. To be or not to be. Until you know it like your ABCs, right? And then it's just a matter of exploring at that point. You're up there on stage and you're grappling with the question, is any of this even worth it? Isn't that the question that all of us have to ask ourselves like every day when we wake up? Is any of this even worth it? That's what the actor asks himself in the story. And that's what the actor probes the audience, the spectator, to ask themselves as well. Is any of this even worth it? There is beauty in this earth, and life is worth it. Life is definitely worth it. Live it like an open palm, not a closed fist. Tension. Relief, release, ease. Open palm. Become the metaphor of the open palm, actor. Although maybe it might be kind of fun to be the wrecking ball. Become the metaphor of the fist. That's the fun of the actor. We can play around with the duality. We can play around with opposites. And we're getting very close to this idea about doing something very big, or perhaps doing something very little. Very explosive versus very subtle. Continuing on. If you don't know what's going to happen next, they won't know what's going to happen next. I gave myself, I quoted this, and I guess I came up with this quote. This is a experience that I had. And I learned this quote. Direct quote, William Walker quote. You can quote me on this. If you don't know what's going to happen next, they won't know what's going to happen next. Yes. Do you understand the mystery? This is the fun in it as well. This is how you can have such a powerful, profound effect on whoever you're acting in front of. You can relax their central nervous system. You can relax their vagus nerve that connects all the stuff. You can help heal somebody by your performance. I know it sounds a little lofty, quite lofty, but it is an option on the table. It is possible for the actor to achieve such heights. It's been done before. It will be done again. Will it be done by you, through you, actor? You can do it. We are all capable of doing it. Can anyone master acting? Are we all potentially acting masters? What do you think? Leave a comment down below. If you don't know what's going to happen next, they won't know what's going to happen next. They will be shocked and awed. They will be walking out of that theater on all fours. Punch them in the face, punch them in the gut. With the metaphor, by becoming the metaphor fully and forcing them to feel deeply, because you are allowing yourself to feel deeply. You are facing these hard truths in life. Therefore, the audience and spectators are facing the hard truths in their lives. Yes. Do you see? I believe you do see. Peter Ducey. Ducey. Whatever. That's an actor, right? I don't know. That might just be some celebrity. He doesn't mean anything. I might just cut him out of this whole thing, but maybe there's a metaphor somewhere within that. Who knows? Crazier things happen. Let it come through you. Be a conduit, you guys. Be an antenna for the signal. Let it come through you and just, you know. Continuing on. Every scene is there to teach you something. Yes, exactly. The scenes are there to teach you something. The play is there to teach you something. The play is a lesson. The play is wisdom. It is a story. It is a parable. You know, Jesus Christ, he spoke in parables. William Shakespeare spoke in stories, in plays, in parables to teach the lessons, the timeless lessons, right? The stories are what the lessons are. And not only do plays teach, every scene is a lesson. So not only is the play, the totality, a lesson, each scene therein is a lesson within the whole metaphor of the play. Do you see the connection on becoming the metaphor of the play? The actor becoming the metaphor of the play, so therefore within each scene, the big meaning of the lesson gets told through each individual scene. So every gesture is the big metaphor of the play. So within each scene, you're teaching the metaphor in perhaps a different way by just being the metaphor. It's a simpler way. It's an easier way to be. Perhaps it's a bit metaphysical, perhaps it's a bit beyond, but you know what? Acting is beyond. Acting is reaching way far out. It's going beyond yourself and becoming more than who you are. It's transcending into the story. At least, that's the kind of acting I'm interested in. Continuing on. Every scene is there to teach you something. So what lesson are you going to teach? Actor, homework for the actor. Next scene you get, next play you're doing, next movie you get, next TV show you get, next scene thing you do. What lesson is trying to be taught in that scene? What lesson is trying to be taught in the whole episode, the whole movie, whole play? What would your performance look like if you treated the scene as a way to teach something? What message is that? Actors are teachers. They teach people how to relax. They teach people how to feel fully and deeply. They teach the messages of the play. Every scene is there to teach you something. Moving on. A willingness to be completely honest. We already touched on this on the relaxation part, but it bears worth repeating. are you even willing to be completely honest, to be made a fool out of, right? Are you willing to go there? Are you willing to surrender who you are and what you think you know and what you think the thing should be? Are you willing to just be you and be honest and be relaxed and breathing fully and deeply, therefore feeling fully and deeply, therefore being honest and truthful, because you're just reacting to what they're doing to you, your scene partner. And because you're really there with them, your response to them is going to be a truthful response. Their pinch to you, your ouch, is going to be a truthful ouch. If they give you a little bitty tiny pinch, you're gonna go, that didn't hurt. Gave me a little bitty pinch, that didn't hurt. But if someone like rips into you as hard as they can, rips into you and go, and pinches the dog s out of you, you're gonna go, ow! What the heck? Why did you do that? It's gonna be a huge reaction, right? Your ouch, their pinch is their line to you. The ouch is your reaction to their line. Pinch, ouch, tennis ball volley, back volley back, forehand, backhand, back at that person, volley it back, lob it back, slice it this way, do it this way, back and forth, pinch and ouch. It's simpler this way, you guys. Do you understand? I hope you do. I pray you do. These notes are for you to understand. So I pray I'm articulating it unto you well. If I am and you're liking it and it's resonating with you, leave me a comment. What are you thinking? Like, share it, whatever. Subscribe. There's going to be more of these on their way. Lots more is on its way at Along the Way Studios. So, how big can I be? How willing am I to be the biggest I can be? And I will also add, how little can I be? How willing am I to be the smallest I can be? Ooh, the ugliest I can be. The evilest, misguided can I be? Sometimes characters call for that. For you to be the misguided one, the person in the wrong, the tormented one. Sometimes those are the most fun characters to play. The ones with all the torments, the burdens. This is more of a exercise kind of piece of advice, like in a rehearsal process. If we were in a scene and I was to direct you afterwards, perhaps a direction, it could be, okay, you did it however you just did it. Right on, actor number one. How big let's do it again. How big can you possibly be? How willing are you to be the biggest that you can be? Let's do the scene again. But this time, do it the biggest that it can possibly be done. What does that look like? Only you know. Only you can say. Do it as big as you can do it. Let's see what that looks like. All right, everybody back to one. Action. Conversely, what would it also look like? Okay, actor, thank you for doing the take. So, come here. Let's do it. How about you do it as small as you can do it? What would it look like if you were as small as you could possibly be? You did the least that you could do. You were as still as you could possibly be. How willing are you to be as small as you possibly can be? Let's see what it looks like there. Doing it like, okay, everyone back to one, action. Scene goes, cut, beautiful. Those two takes are going to be so drastically different. It's just, then maybe you do it a third time and you do a harmony. You do a balanced harmony. Okay, let's do a middle ground of take one, and then take two. Perhaps that will be the best take. The thing that I'm getting at is it's a direction. How big can you possibly do the role? If you're stuck in a role, ask yourself, okay, how big can I possibly do this role right now? What's the biggest choice I could possibly make right now at this very moment? And do that. Make that choice. It's probably going to get a big ouch. The pinch that you do, big pinch, it's probably going to get quite the ouch out of whoever you're acting with. If they're an actor worth their salt and they're listening. Because they're going to be, whoa, what's going on here? Anyway, continuing on. Connect more with instinct and less with logic. Let it lead you. An instinct current. I love that. The metaphor of the instinct current. Like a river. Like a canoe on the river. Let it lead you. Like a leaf in the wind. An instinct current. Isn't that pleasing? Just the idea of just letting the scene, letting the character just take you. See, this is a much more relaxed way than a forced way. It's much more open palm and clenched fist. This is just the ways that I've found that it's easier and better and more pleasing to do it this way. It's more fun to do it this way. Right? And why not do acting if not for the play of it all? To enjoy the dog snot out of it. I enjoy the dog snot out of it, right? You probably do too. That's why you're even here, looking at things like this. The acting class is maybe the coolest place on earth. It's the most philosophical place I know. Anyway, you don't want to be here. You want to be here. How do you get here? If you're here, how do you get here? Through the breath. Do you see the current? Keep that up. Do that 33 times. Up, down. Less with logic, more with instinct. Continuing on. Don't reject. React. This is big. This is huge. This is acting technique. This is secret. Don't reject anything. Everything that you get is gold from your acting partner, even if it's nothing. Because even if they're giving you nothing, their giving you nothing will stir something within you. Maybe them giving you nothing makes you angry. Maybe them giving you nothing makes you laugh. Maybe them giving you nothing makes you very emotional and hurt, even. Whatever it is, whatever they're doing, it's affecting you deeply. Don't reject it. Just react to it. That's all your job is. As an actor, don't reject, react. That's a download, y'all. That's a good one. Don't reject, react. I'll post that on my social media. Follow me on Instagram, atws1111. 1111. So, this is a state, in this kind of state, the actor's state that they need to be in is a state of being as vulnerable as looking into a mirror. Seeing all of your flaws, all of the wrinkles, all of the grays, all of the imperfections, all the things, as vulnerable as looking into a mirror, and being willing to share all of that 100%. Are you willing to go there? Are you willing to be as honest as you can be? The good, the bad, and the ugly. This is the responsibility, the duty, the privilege, of the actor. Don't reject, react. As vulnerable as looking into a mirror. Speak from your core, your soul. We already talked about that. Open your mouth and sing it out. See, that's a direction. Open your mouth and sing it out. Yeah. Do it. Be heard. We want to see you and hear you. That's why we're coming. We're not coming to not see you and not hear you. No. We're coming to the theater. We're coming to the show. We're watching the show to see you and to hear you. So be seen and heard. Open your mouth and sing it out. Breathe. Lose control. Surrender. In your body, in your emotions. Don't ask for permission. Simply do. Just be. Listen. Did that rhyme? Don't ask for permission. Simply do. Just be. Listen. Breathing gives oxygen to your brain. Take a couple of deep breaths and just breathe deep oxygen into your brain. And just hold it. Oh, I don't know if you guys just heard my neck crack, but it just cracked in like 20 places. Right? Breathing oxygen. Breathing gives oxygen to your brain. And you want to be operating on optimal efficiency, optimum capability, optimal instrument. Your body's your instrument. How do you operate at optimal efficiency and capacity? Through breathing fully and deeply. And by breathing fully and deeply, you are feeling fully and deeply. And by feeling fully and deeply, you are embodying the story fully and deeply. You are becoming the metaphor fully and deeply. And I get to my last point, which was the first point. Show the story when you're acting. We want to see the story. When you are breathing fully and deeply, you are able, I believe, to show the story fully and deeply. The title of chapter 3 is Show the Story. The audience wants to be shown the story. The actor yearns to show the story through themselves, to be a vessel for the story, for the story to transmit through them, the metaphor to transmit through the actor to the spectator, through that invisible cord. Boom, 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 boom. The actor feels, the audience feels, the actor feels, the audience feels. And it's deeply, and it's fully, and it's profound. Show the story when you're acting. We want to see the story. That sounds simple, but it's profound. That's the actor's power, to show the story. So do that. Identify what the main metaphor of the play is. Then go about, how does that metaphor translate in your body and your emotions? What does that feel like? How does the metaphor told through the characters and the words they say? Start saying those in your body. How does it feel to say that in your body? Just to speak the words out. And once you just start saying these words that are in this story, soon you start to embody the role. See, this is a much more becoming way rather than a forceful way. It's a much more malleable way, transformative way. It's a much more, if you don't know what's going to happen next, they don't know what's going to happen next. It's a much more an instinctive current. The actor is an entertainer. The actor is a showman. It is our job to show the story. So let us do our job well. Let us do it fully and deeply. And how do we do this? By breathing fully and deeply. Yes. This has been chapter 3 of An Actor's Notes. Show the story. Follow us, follow me, follow along the way on Instagram at atws1111 and follow the YouTube channel, subscribe to it, Along the Way Studios. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys on chapter 4 of An Actor's Notes. Until then.